All right, and we are back with another episode.
Hello, everyone. It is me, Mel Fessenden.
And it is I, Andrew Bolton. And together we are...
I think we did our own things on that one.
Yeah, well, we try it together sometimes and it doesn't work.
Yeah. I go against you a lot.
Yeah, well, you know.
Against the current. It's boring.
Yeah, that's right. You're a rebel in this world here. It's you against the world. Just like every other lady out there.
At least on Wednesdays it is. Everyone wants to be a rebel on Wednesdays.
Is that true? Rebel Wednesdays?
I think so.
What about Rebel Wilson? She's a rebel every day.
I do like that name.
Rebel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good one. Rebel Bolton.
What are you trying here?
On
the live radio.
Yes, slightly.
What are we? A podcast.
It's not live, nor is it a radio. There it is. The English language is also against you.
Yeah, I know where I am.
Anyways, we're making it through the week today, guys. It is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday?
Yes.
Wednesday.
I think that's the only way to pronounce it.
Yeah, just how you spell it.
Mm.
Anyways, guys, we got some exciting, funny stories for you today. And we're starting off with a little bit of science. No, it's good science.
Never comfortable there.
It's fun science.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So, this proves the theory of evolution that we came from chimps.
Oh, they found the missing link?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, first wild chimp to use a man-made object as a sex toy proves it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And I was like, is this going to be that Pluto thing where Pluto was a planet, then it wasn't, then it was?
I don't know what it has to do with the evolution of man, but...
Scientists are fickle.
Oh, those fickle scientists.
So whimsy.
Yeah, that's very whimsical. But no. So they have footage of a chimp using a water bottle as a fleshlight, essentially.
All right. Oh, I forgot what a fleshlight was for a second.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So a chimpanzee has been caught masturbating with a plastic bottle. As scientists say, it is the first time a wild chimp has used a man-made object as a sex toy. Huh.
All right.
They're catching up. It wasn't a ketchup bottle either. Rayleigh, a male chimpanzee living in Burundi in western Uganda, was spotted placing his penis into a discarded plastic bottle and thrusting into it in August 2018, with the incident documented in a new research paper. So the paper just came out. This happened years ago. They've been holding this from us.
They wanted to be thorough.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for their efforts.
Just the implications of this alone. They wanted to be thorough in their investigation. They're like, this
is astounding.
This is going to prove God does not exist.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it, guys. This is huge news. So while captive chimps commonly masturbate, often due to stress or a lack of mates, hey, we've all been there.
Is nobody mad that, like, somebody left litter around these chimps?
No, if anything, it proves why I throw water bottles outside of my car.
Yeah,
I go,
exactly.
I can't use this anymore, but something out there can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna one and done them now.
Yeah, for the chimps, I will say as I throw the water bottles out there.
Yeah, get rid of those reusable bottles.
No, yeah. So researchers believe O'Reilly may have derived pleasure from his interaction with the bottle, or else was performing the activity for fun. Either way, my man, you do you.
Yeah. So what kind of, did they say what kind of bottle it was, or does not matter?
It doesn't really matter, but they did say that the rest of the chimps, when he was using the water or the bottle, thought that he had broken a bone, but turned out he was just really squeezing the water bottle.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Well, it's not true either.
Yeah.
So researchers Matthew McLennan and Kim Van Dijk who were working with Burundi chimpanzees, posted the paper on Twitter earlier this month while quipping that this is a paper I never thought we'd write.
They're running out of things to write, is all they can grasp from this.
Yeah, they're out of water bottles. So I can't grasp anything else.
No.
So in it, they say they were observing a troop of 19 chimpanzees, including 3 adult males, 3 subadult males, 5 adult females, and 1 subadult female. Ooh, and 7 immature chimps in 2018 when the novel behavior occurred. So
are they just leaving bottles now to see if it'll happen again?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty morally wrong.
Right? But how did they conduct even more research on it?
Yeah, maybe they threw some Gatorade bottles for the adult males. They're like, this guy needs a milk carton.
Nice little orange juice carafe
Yeah.
deal.
Mm-hmm. And then the other ones are like, Capri Sun will be fine with this little guy.
Some Sunny D.
Yeah, he'll be fine. It's not a big deal. So on the day in question of August 13th, that's a great, beautiful day, they had followed 11 of the chimps, including the alpha male and 3 adult females, to a shady thicket where they often went to rest. Yeah, when everybody else is asleep, that's when you got to do your business.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Finally, some alone time.
Yeah, you don't have a shower to turn on.
Yeah, beautiful day, beautiful scene. Foliage is just right.
Yeah, the smells are coming in. I mean, heavenly. Something new's in your life. You're like, what can I do with it? So there's only 1 subadult female,
Mm-hmm.
So researchers said that they heard a chimp playing with a plastic bottle before they moved in for a closer look and spotted a Raleigh, a subadult male, masturbating with it.
It's always the youngins sticking things in weird objects.
You're experimenting, Hey, he used a bottle, I used couch cushions. It's not a big difference.
It would have been great to see just the silverback just come out of nowhere and be like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
He takes the bottle for himself. I'm the alpha. This is my bottle.
Yeah. No, he's got the real girls for that.
Yeah, well, you get tired every once in a while.
Okay.
Nobody does you like you. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I think that is all you should say.
So for 25 seconds, he made pelvic thrusting movements into the bottle, which he had positioned flat on the ground in front of him, the paper says.
Oh.
I hope he just doesn't take this to his next partner and goes, you're just like a plastic bottle.
Yeah.
You just lay there like a plastic bottle.
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever be able to figure that one out.
Oh, well, maybe. Research is impressive nowadays. It's been 3 years. I'm sure that he's done something else. He should be an adult by now.
They've got nothing to show for it, the scientists.
They have a lot to show. So at times he showed a relaxed, open mouth expression.
Oh.
Oh.
Isn't that just a regular monkey face?
No, it's a relaxed, open mouth expression, Melissa. Or a play face. Play face.
See, it comes very naturally to you.
I know the bottle well. At one point, I had to lay off the bottle. You know what I'm saying? It's taking over my life.
Yeah, you had some real problems.
Yeah. Been off the bottle for years now. So at one point they write, his penis fell out of the bottle, so he repositioned it and reinserted his penis. So
they were sure.
They were sure at this point he knew what he was doing.
Okay. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So for the remaining 8 seconds of the recording, poor guy. I mean, nobody's here to judge you.
Yeah.
This is your first bottle.
Yeah. If he had just been in a natural environment where trash is just always located, he could have gotten away with it, but he had researchers taping him.
Yeah, if this was if he was used to bottles, I'm sure it would have been much longer. So O'Reilly sat with a play face, apparently with his penis still inside the bottle. And then when O'Reilly finally lost interest in the bottle, apparently without ejaculating into it, smart. Smart. You don't know what these hoes are going to do nowadays if they found that.
That's true. You don't want to leave that evidence.
No, you'd be online for child support. I mean, ugh, God, the things that they could do. Never trust a chimp.
Cap it, bag it.
Yep. Throw it away. Just into the dirt, my friend. Some of the younger chimps began playing with the bottle.
Ooh, this bottle's been thoroughly abused.
Yeah. I think we need to talk about some of the Green New Deal coming in and rescuing this bottle. It is. I feel bad for it at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe a Dasani. You think it was Dasani?
Probably.
No, it turned out it was a pesticide bottle, like one of those old spray bottles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a farmer left it out there. And
Oh,
the chimp came and grabbed it.
that can't be good for the chimp.
A pesticide, or he has a super dick now. We're not really sure.
Maybe he's thoroughly cleaned now.
He'll be the first purple back ever. All right, moving on, guys.
Okay.
You perverts. I know that's what you
Probably
like.
for the best.
I know that's what you're here for. All the chimp dick jokes.
Yeah, now the chimps are getting some too.
Yeah, glad somebody is. So moving on to some bank robbery.
All right.
Yeah, nice little segue, yeah?
Sure.
So bank robbers stole $600,000 after kidnapping branch workers they followed home with tracking devices.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're getting more creative with their robberies nowadays.
I wonder how expensive it is to buy a tracking device.
It's I would say probably not $600,000. So I'm saying they're making probably pretty good overhead.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember those guys in Brazil that like strapped the humans onto it and used them as like a human shield?
Yeah, that was probably much more expensive.
Yeah, I mean zip ties. Plus you had 3 cars.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they
that's
put the bombs everywhere.
and they had to put the bombs everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's
These
true.
guys much smarter. They're much low key.
Yeah, probably need less of a crew as well.
Oh yeah. Technology. It's just putting people out of jobs left and right. That is the whole point of this thing, is what I'm saying. You used to need what you used to need a team of 5 for, you can do with a team of 2. Team of team of 3, you know? As long as one of them's sitting in a van and they're a teenager and of some sort of ethnic diversity and questionable sexual appetite. That's what I've known.
Oh, okay. Weirdly specific.
Based on CSI.
Ah, all right. That makes sense then.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so a band of brazen bank robbers stole over $600,000 from a string of Memphis banks after following branch employees home with tracking devices, then kidnapping them and forcing them back to work to open the safes, prosecutors said. This is genius.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so after hours,
Yeah, after hours.
they probably have already figured out when all the cops drive-by check-ins are at.
Yeah, these guys are probably thinking to themselves, they're going, why do I have to go to the bank when they're open?
Yeah.
The hours don't. Hours
Why
mean nothing.
waste all that time building a tunnel to dig up underneath the safe?
Well, hours mean nothing to me. Why do I care about their hours open?
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, I'll just go take them from home, bring them there, and then they'll open it for me. It's genius.
Right.
They're thinking outside the box. You know what I mean?
Now they're gonna have to. What they should get is like a life alert for all the employees to wear around their necks. That way, whenever they go home, they can still alert the police.
I don't think that only old people work at banks, Melissa.
I don't think that it just has to be for old people.
Life alert. Come on.
It would just be bank alert then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bank alert.
for bank employees.
I think that would be abused, but whatever.
Oh yeah, right. There might be a few questionable souls out there.
Yeah. All right. So Travis Jackson, 37, Antonio Johnson, 44, and Shalundra Johnson, 39. I'm going to say right now I know who the techie was.
Who?
Shalundra.
Oh.
Were convicted in June by a federal jury of 3 such robberies. On Monday, Jackson was sentenced to 45 years in prison, Antonio Johnson to 36, and Shalundra Johnson to 11 and a half years.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you believe me now? Either this or it just proves that there is a complete bias against men when it comes to prison sentencing.
That could be it too.
Like, why did Jackson get 45 and he got 36 and then 11 and a half?
Well,
She's going to be out in 5.
I think you could have been right in the fact that maybe she was just the techie, so she stayed behind in a different van, different location. She wasn't a part of the actual physical kidnapping.
Yeah. Why is that better?
I don't know. Are we sure Shalundra is a female name?
I'm pretty sure Shalundra is...
I've just never heard of one before.
I've never heard of a male Shalundra.
That's true too.
But it just doesn't come across as masculine. Like, call me Shalundra.
Shalundra.
Yes, he doesn't fit. I'm like, hey, Shalundra.
Shalundra.
That's a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. You have to put a lot of emphasis on it.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's how I normally talk.
That's not how you normally talk. So, messages left with attorneys for the 3 defendants weren't immediately returned. Representatives for the banks that were targeted didn't immediately respond to messages seeking comment. Man, now bank workers aren't even safe at home anymore.
Yeah.
This is one step away. And you know somebody's going to look at this and go, this is a great idea.
Yeah, so they're going to have to rethink their whole system.
Yeah. Because now, like, once the bank's closed, you can't be, even bank employees aren't going to be allowed in.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they'll probably, they'll try to make it so employees can't get back into the bank after hours.
Well, I'm assuming it's probably a bank manager, right?
Yeah, right. Someone
That's
high up to get into the safe.
Yeah, somebody who would get into the safe and be able to open it without it being too weird. So prosecutors say the robbery spree began in the early morning hours of on September 14th, 2018, when an employee of Trustmark Bank returned home from her second job and was confronted by a man armed with a pistol. He then forced her inside, where she was zip-tied and driven to the bank, where the robbers made off with $73,400, according to court documents.
Wow, they really picked the most tired employee. Second job? That
Yeah.
stinks.
Yeah, well,
She's like, finally, my shift's over.
yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to go after the guy that just got off from, he just got off from his bank and then he went over to his boxing class. You're going to go, who should we go with? How about the single mom who just got off her second job?
Yeah, has to protect herself and her kids.
Yeah,
So she's going to sell out the bank.
Yeah, she's going to sell out the bank. I'm selling out the bank, too.
Yeah, right?
I don't trust you banks, even if I do work for you. So investigators say that Jackson's DNA was later recovered from the zip tie used to bind the woman. You got to spray everything with ammonia.
But it's on the woman, so.
Yeah, but Jackson's DNA was later recovered from the zip tie.
So you're saying he should have sprayed it while it was on the woman?
Yeah, once you get it on, just spray.
Okay.
I don't know why germaphobes aren't more likely to commit crimes. I feel like they would get away with a lot more stuff.
I think germaphobes are more stand-up citizens because they like rule and order.
Is that true? I thought they were just afraid of germs. Literally what germaphobes are.
Yeah, for the most part, but I feel like doing crimes is more of a grungy type job.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of villains out there that are depicted as germaphobes.
TV villains.
Oh, okay. Now we're all of a sudden TV's not something that we use as actual evidence.
That's stupid, Andrew.
I used my CSI thing and I deduced that the woman was the techie.
Yeah. I don't know. Most of the shows I watch are serial killers, and I will say a few of them have had OCD. So maybe you're right.
Any germaphobes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's
There are probably a lot of them out there that haven't been caught because they're germaphobes.
There's a good chance of that.
Oh, that's all you're gonna give me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just
Wow.
don't see it as a petty crime usually.
You think this is a petty crime?
Yeah.
$3,000 is a petty crime to you?
Okay, petty crime.
How much money are you hiding in the bank that I don't know about?
Okay, I just mean like a regular
chump
crime.
change. Basically picking a nickel off the ground. I don't see the problem here, Andrew.
I just mean like a regular crime then.
Oh, you mean like...
Not like murder.
Yeah.
I just don't think OCD people would be into just committing regular crimes that much.
Yeah, I mean, an OCD person could only kill the person once. And what if they screwed up? They have to go out and kill another person.
Well, that is how that happens.
Yeah, you do it until you get it right.
Yeah.
Just saying. All right, so 3 months later, prosecutors said the band used a tracking device to follow an employee of the First Tennessee Bank to her home. You got to branch out. You can't stay in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's true. You got to cross state lines.
You got to cross state lines. You got to go, north, south,
Yeah.
east, west. Don't just stay in Tennessee.
And then after you hit like the fourth one, you quit because that's when the states are going to start talking to each other.
Yeah, why not start up your own business?
Yeah, right. At a certain point, you can put your money into something.
Yeah, you get $73,000. Start a business together.
Exactly.
Get a food truck going.
Kill off the other guys on your team. Have it all for yourself.
Yeah, joker it up. I don't understand that. Follow an employee of the First Tennessee Bank to her home where she was ambushed by a masked man armed with a gun. He then forced her into the car where she was zip-tied, classic move, and driven to the branch. In that robbery, prosecutors say $110,000 was taken.
That's a good chunk of change.
They're getting more brazen.
Yeah, I would say so.
They raised their price by 40,000.
I'm sure they just take whatever they can.
Yeah, that's probably. Do you think they even have to do any like? This just seems like a very smart way of doing it.
Well, what was your initial question? Do they have to do any recon or?
Yeah, you think they're doing some recon on this?
I think so, because like I said, they probably know when the cops are doing their drive-by check-in on the banks at night.
Is that a thing?
Probably.
I don't think it is.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I almost believed you, and then you went. I think it is.
I just, with a place where a lot of money is being held, I can't see that they wouldn't do a drive-by check on something like that.
Yeah, during the hours of operation.
Why not at night? We've seen plenty of movies and TV shows where they dig tunnels underneath.
Okay, now who's talking?
And then they most of the time too, these things pay for security to check in on them.
That's true, but these aren't like, this is like the First Tennessee Bank. Like, it's not like it's like Roswell's and Company.
If I was an owner of a bank, I would check on that thing at night.
Would you?
Yeah, just shine a flashlight on the inside, see if there's anyone inside.
Yeah, but then if you're the owner of the bank, somebody would be sitting there with a gun outside waiting for you, and then they'd force you to open up the safe.
All right.
They don't even have to track you.
I'd have to hire someone.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
It's worth it.
So, well, now it is, apparently. So Jackson's DNA was again found on a zip tie used to bind the woman and the others left at the scene and cell phone. What is this guy doing with his zip ties before?
I think just DNA processing's gotten that good.
You think he's just licking these? I don't think so.
No, I think it's just skin.
It's just skin?
Yeah.
So he's got to wear gloves, too. Why
Yeah,
does nobody wear gloves anymore? Well, whatever happened to gloves?
Well, couldn't tell you.
So Jackson's DNA was again found on the zip tie used to bind the woman and others left at the scene, and cell phone records placed both him and Antonio Johnson at the bank and the woman's home. Investigators said, "Why are you bringing your cell phones?"
Yeah, that seems questionable.
Come on. This is the techie's fault. I blame.
Yeah, the techie should have been on this.
The techie should have known about this.
Bought some burners.
Bought some burners or some low frequency,
Some radios.
Some radios.
Yeah, right. You can
Or a
get those
cup
anywhere.
string. Come on, something.
I don't think you would make a good robber with a cup string.
You've never seen me use a cup string. They say 500 feet. I can double that easily.
Anyone answer you back ever?
No, I don't have a lot of friends.
Just leaving cup strings around.
I text them. I go, "Did you answer my call?" They're like, "Just call me on a cell phone." I'm like, "Use the phone. Use the cup phone. Why aren't you?" I went through all the trouble. So then in April of 2019, prosecutors say the group struck again using a tracking device placed by Shalundra Johnson to follow an employee of First South Financial Credit Union to her home. Armed men then forced their way in, zip-tied the woman's hands, and demanded keys to the bank, according to court papers. The gang then took the woman and her 3-year-old child to the bank.
Ooh, wow, they played some dirty tricks there.
Yeah, where they stole $425,000. They really jumped it up. Investigators said. So cell phone records, information taken from the tracking device, and evidence recovered from the defendants' residences connected them to the crime, prosecutors said. Isn't it always upsetting when they're like, "We got away with the first 2. One more should be no problem."
Yeah.
And then they connect them all to the same one.
Unfortunately. Yeah, it would be nice if they could have, for them at least, if they hadn't connected the dots.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to go away for so long.
Well, had they just done it in different states,
Right.
You know? Why are you staying in Memphis? I understand it's your hometown. Get out of there.
There was a group of successful robbers that turned out to be policemen,
Oh, see, that's a good one.
right?
Yeah. I feel like that's grimier, though.
Oh, no, they were much more brutal.
Well, that's not the point. What I'm saying is it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
It's just grimier because you're using people's trust of the police there used to be a trust of the police. I don't know. I don't know if that would work anymore.
It was years ago.
Yeah. Apparently men in masks are more trustworthy now than the police officers.
Yeah, no, they were crazy because they'd rob the bank and then they'd come back to the scene of the crime
Yeah.
in their uniform.
And they go, well, and then they touch everything and they go, well, Why is your DNA here? He goes, sorry, I didn't follow procedure.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you saw the same show I did.
It seems pretty obvious when she said it. So these sentences should send a clear message that the FBI and our law enforcement partners make it a priority to bring to justice those who resort to bank robbery and kidnapping for ill-gotten financial gains. I actually don't really see anything wrong. Not that I don't see anything wrong with bank robbery, but I think of it as almost like a victimless crime. Because the bank isn't going to in turn go to its customers and go, sorry, you no longer have $5,000 because we got to take a share from everybody.
If it's a big enough bank, yeah. But I think small-time banks, I don't think they have that ability.
Yeah, they do. That's the whole point of a bank. You put your bank in there for your money to be safe. If they can't keep it safe, and then they go, we're taking $5,000 because we're not taking losses on this.
Yeah, but what about, let's take, for instance, the Great Depression when everyone was taking out their money all at once.
That was a different thing.
Kind of.
No,
but
definitely.
They didn't have anything to back it up. And a small bank wouldn't have anything to back it up.
No, all these banks are insured.
To a certain extent.
I feel like you say...
Hopefully you chose a bank with good insurance then.
Yeah. Do you just enjoy disagreeing with me, or is it...
I don't think you know enough about banks.
I think you know little to none about banks. I think you've been spoiled with your bank, and you don't really know much about banks because you're Navy Federal, right?
I'm USAA.
Yeah, USAA. That's what I meant. Yeah. You can't. Don't talk to me. I've been Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, First Tennessee. In fact, I've been part of that.
Mm-hmm. This proves nothing, by the way. This has nothing to do with anything.
I think it proves a lot. I've got bank cards that I didn't even know what.
All of those were big banks. Yeah.
Hey, I said First Tennessee. This is First Tennessee. You got robbed.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
I was 12.
So you had a lot of money in there.
I had 7 Sacagawea coins. Which is a total scam. My dad tried to make him sound so much cooler than it was. I did a week's worth of work, and he got me $7 of Sacagawea coins. So 7 Sacagawea coins. And he goes, hold on to these. Wink. And I go, you hold on to them. Give me my week's worth of wages. And then he didn't. And he bought me...
You learned a tough lesson early on.
Yeah, he bought me a flip phone.
Oh.
Well, he bought my sister a flip phone, and then I got my sister's phone. So... I guess kind of even. I think
you've lost the point of your story. My grandmother used to give us gold coins, 1 each, every time she came to visit. And then she also gave us a baggie of chocolate gold coins, which were much
very
more
confusing.
Exciting.
Very confusing. I hope there was never an accident there.
No.
Yeah. All right. Moving on, because Melissa doesn't know anything about banks. Okay. So a woman is arrested after being found naked in the backseat of a Jeep at a Florida car dealership.
Okay. All right. Does she have a little bit of wham bam thank you ma'am in there?
Wham bam thank you ma'am?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cruel for the guy to just leave her. I think.
You told me this was your car.
It's in the dealership, ma'am.
You're a fool.
Yeah. So a Florida woman was arrested after a customer found her naked in the backseat of a Jeep Wrangler at a car dealership, according to police. I mean, how else are you supposed to figure out if it's real leather or not?
That's true. She wanted to really know if the car was for her.
Yeah, you need to be able to put your butt on there, and then if it goes as it comes off, that's real leather.
I think synthetic does that too.
Once again, you don't know anything about leather, synthetic or otherwise.
It's happening right now.
Yours is pleather. Mine's real leather.
Exactly. And I just said it's happening right now, so I know.
Yeah, whatever. So a customer at a Toyota dealership on Pensacola Boulevard in Pensacola, Florida, reported to a sales associate that a woman identified as 37-year-old Alexis King was in the back of a Jeep without any clothes in the sales lot, according to the arrest report. See, this just proves it. Jeeps just automatically make girls take their clothes off. Chicks dig them, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not getting that in a Fiat.
No, that's true. It's
Or
just something about all the doors being removed makes you want to remove all your clothes as
yeah,
well.
or a Camry. You're not getting that in a Camry. Come on. Not once have I ever walked to my Jetta and just seen a naked girl back there.
Yeah, she was probably testing to see like how fast she could take off all her clothes because it's very spacious.
I mean, when you want to test drive, you want to test drive.
Yep, every bit about it.
Yeah, she knows what she's about.
This is great suspension.
Yeah. So a manager at the dealership told police he approached the Jeep and found King naked with her legs spread wide open. They are trying to pull in all the wrong customers, I tell you. So according to the arrest report, a receptionist who was with him said she saw King pulling at her vagina.
Wow, this is weird.
Now I don't have
What a weird kink.
Now I don't have a vagina, but are you supposed to be pulling at it?
I don't know. I guess like how I'm picturing it, it's like she's fish hooking it for some reason. Oh, that's what you're picturing? Just pulling the skin?
Yeah, I mean that's what pulling is.
I guess. I don't know.
She's
This
fish
lady
hooking
sounds-
herself.
Yeah.
She's using an illegal wrestling move.
I don't know. This whole thing would be so weird, and I want to say this lady was probably describing it as nice as possible, and she was probably doing something much more lewd.
Yeah, but pulling at her vagina? That seems like such a weird...
She was probably in shock. This poor girl. I would be in shock.
It sounds like somebody who's never pulled their own vagina. That's what somebody would...
I don't know. This is a weird thing. This lady's crazy.
Well, yeah, obviously. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe it gets a little bit easier to understand.
Sure.
So the manager told King to get dressed and exit the vehicle, after which she was seen leaving the dealership, the arrest report said. She goes, "Can I take this thing for a test drive?" They're like, "Get out, ma'am, please." She's like, "Could I get at least one of those like Jeep jackets so people think I own a Jeep? Because your Jeep did some filthy things to me."
It's great upholstery.
Yeah, do you have a stick shift by chance?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Not anymore in that one. It's getting removed.
Thank
Thank God for automatics.
I wonder if it's going to get discounted. This is now just a floor model.
I don't know.
I
guess so, yeah. You got to just wipe that thing down and make it the floor model.
Yeah, you're just like, no, this is just a show. This doesn't even, we don't let this one leave.
Wouldn't she get fined for trespassing?
No, because it's a lady. I don't know.
It's like public indecency.
There's a lot of things that are indecent about this whole thing.
Yeah. Minus the public.
I think first thing that needs to happen after she got arrested is she needs to be taken to sex ed. Because you're not supposed to be pulling at that thing.
That's been your most disturbing part about this whole story.
Yeah, the pulling at her vagina.
I think that the lady that saw her just was very flustered and described it really weird.
Pulling at
You're
her...
hearing someone secondhand on this. Who knows what actually happened?
No, it was a first hand. She went up there, saw it, said she was pulling her vagina.
Wouldn't the first hand account be the actual person who's doing it?
No,
Okay.
because she was a witness to it.
Okay, well, you're the second-hand person then.
Yeah, I'm reading the first hand.
And you're making your own assumptions.
Yeah, I'm pulling some strings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the manager told King to get dressed and exit the vehicle, after which she was seen leaving the dealership, the arrest report said. And another employee called law enforcement after a coworker told him a homeless woman was pleasuring herself inside one of the vehicles, the report added. So they didn't even call the cops until afterwards.
Yeah, they just thought it was just some random, I guess, crazy suburban wife. I don't know.
Crazy suburban wife.
I would assume the lady was homeless.
Yeah, I would too.
I wouldn't assume that she had actually somewhere to go.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So I don't know why they didn't call the police right off the rip.
Because it's a lady.
Maybe.
If a dude was in that car, butt naked, legs spread, I guess pushing against his dick, because that's the opposite, right?
I feel like pulling would make more sense for the gentleman.
I think so too, but who knows with this lady describing it. I would call the cops. I'd be like, get out of here. And he'd be like, "Brr." I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, you would know. Usually you know by smell itself, too.
Yeah, Dirty Sheehan and the boys. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so the arrest report said there was a red-colored stain, which appeared to be from vaginal bleeding consistent with a period. Observed on the back seat.
This is just horrible. That can't be the floor model.
The manager estimated $1,300 in damage to the vehicle. Man, this lady really used a Jeep. If a Jeep can't handle one night of this, is it really, I mean, $1,300? I remember Jeeps used to be able to, you could flip them and they'd still go. Apparently you can't even pull your own vagina in the back seat anymore without $1,300 worth of damage.
Gosh. Yeah, maybe she was trying to remove it because it was dying.
What was?
Her vagina.
Oh.
That's what she seemed. I'm trying to get in the mind of a crazy lady.
I see. I think you were successful. All right. Moving on.
Please, please, please.
Okay. Sorry, Melissa just loves those stories. That's why I had to bring it up. So, anyways. A Michigan lottery winner drowns with ticket still in his wallet.
Oh, gosh. That sounds horrible. And it sounds like there could be a flip side to the story. Like a plot twist.
What do you think the plot, like he was drowned on purpose?
Mm-hmm. And they're like, tell me where the ticket is. He goes, no, you'll never get it from me. And then the guy goes too far and actually drowns him and never finds it. Or lady.
Yeah, it doesn't look in his pocket.
Yeah.
He goes, where could he takes his pants off, searches his entire rectum.
I'm not saying they were smart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a Michigan man won $45,000 in a lottery game, but drowned with the tickets in his pocket or in his wallet before he was able to cash it.
That is very unfortunate. So, how did he land into this vast amount of water?
This vast amount of water.
I don't know what he's in. Maybe a puddle, maybe a stream, maybe a river.
Well, we're getting to that.
Okay.
Gregory Jarvis, 57, was at the Blue Water Inn in Cassville on September 13th when he played the Club Keno add-on game, The Jack and Hit the Jackpot. WJRT of Flint reported. Very nice guy. He was here every day. Joint owner Don Talaski told the news station. Somebody said someone just won the Jack, and he said, great. And someone asked him, was it you? And it was. And so he was super excited. Man. By the way, I doubt anybody's ever thrilled that somebody won their jackpot.
Oh, yeah. No, they're just jealous.
Well, I mean, he's the owner of the joint.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. No, I worked at a place that did pull tabs. They were never excited when I gave away a prize.
You're like, you wouldn't believe it. $700 in prizes, guys. They're like, great, Mel. I'm so glad you work here now.
Yeah. It's that dumb blonde look.
It really is. I don't know what it is. You guys are just one with the universe. It's just...
Mm-hmm.
It's like you guys are constantly hearing ocean sounds.
We're on a different wavelength. A lucky one.
I guess so. It's ridiculous how the universe bends to your guys' will. And the thing is you're like, I didn't even mean to. And you're like, this just happens. So I don't
This is the third time this week.
Yeah, it just happens. So Talaski and Jarvis returned to the inn almost a week later and bought rounds of drinks, but had still not cashed his winning ticket because he didn't have the proper documentation.
An ID.
Social Security card.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he couldn't cash it because he didn't have a Social Security card at all, and it wasn't any good. So he applied for a new one, she told WJRT. So she was just waiting. He was just waiting for it.
That is unfortunate.
So the business owner said she became concerned when Jarvis didn't show up again as usual. Sometimes he's up north working. He wasn't here all week, and we thought something is wrong, she said, adding that Jarvis's boss later showed up at the bar to say he had not arrived at work. That's actually a pretty good boss.
Yeah, it is. He must have been a good employee.
Must have been. So on Friday, a resident along a private beach in the small Huron County city reported to police that a body had washed ashore near a boat, which was determined to belong to Jarvis.
I don't know. Something still smells fishy. And it's not Jarvis.
Yeah, I was just about to say he washed up on shore. So we are thinking that he was tying up his boat, slipped and fell, hit his head, and then that is where how he ended up in the water. Police Chief Kyle Romzek told WJRT, no foul play suspected.
I don't know. Someone who's lived or has like worked on those docks for a long time, I assume. His boss liked him pretty well, so he was probably there on a daily basis as long as they needed him. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's a strike against his head, right?
That's true too, unless they found like the actual post or boat that he hit it on.
Yeah, I don't know, Police Chief Kyle Romzek. I think you need to do a bigger deep dive.
Yeah,
into this
exactly.
One. So if $45,000 is enough to kill somebody for.
Oh, for sure. People have killed for way less.
Yeah. I'm about to kill you just for interrupting me. Yeah. So an autopsy determined that Jarvis drowned after striking his head. He was planning to take that money and go see his sister and his dad in North Carolina, Talaski said.
A lot of people knew about this, too.
Yeah. And they knew he hadn't cashed it right away.
Exactly.
Intriguing. I don't know. There's no evidence to prove foul play yet, so this is just conspiracy theory at this point.
I know. But it's all too convenient to just say that happened to him when he had a $44,000 ticket in his pocket.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm reading the story. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a story if guy fell off boat, hit his head, and drowned.
That's fair. All right. That's true.
Yeah. So
shouldn't be against you.
It's okay.
Somehow I am.
I know. It's
I'm not
remarkable.
Gonna fight it.
So the winning ticket has been handed over to Jarvis's relatives. And the other thing, too, is it's not like he was trying to hide it. So maybe a relative?
I don't know. It sounds like the relatives live kind of far away, though.
Yeah, that's true as well. I don't know.
I just hope the cops did do a good job of looking through this and didn't just go off their first assumption.
I think if the lottery ticket was missing, that would be more concerning to me.
That's true. Yeah, why leave it in his pocket?
In
I
his
guess it
wallet.
could have been a family member then.
Right? Because they're like, well, we don't want to... If they thought it through, they're like, it's going to come to us eventually.
Yeah, but who would know that?
Sister dad goes, hey, I'm planning on coming to visit you guys. I just won this lottery ticket. Sister
yeah, but
goes,
I mean, I never knew that the lottery ticket, if it was a winner, would go to family.
yeah, technically.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you could Google that. Quick Google. Google knows everything.
That's true.
I hope they just check the sister and father's Google.
Oh, yeah, right?
Just their history. There's just search history.
Yeah, but you gotta have funds for that.
You have to have funds?
Yeah, funds. I usually takes a special team, a part of the police force to do it. And
Oh, it's like a techie?
Yeah, basically like a techie.
Like Shalandra Johnson?
Like Shalandra. They need to get but she's in prison. Maybe they can make a deal with her.
I think they can. Like Bad Boys #1.
That's what happened. That's why she only got like 11-something years.
Yeah, she's here to help. All right, moving on. All right, so a California college student sexually assaulted, and then boys jump from the window and rush to help. Wow, guys.
Wow, what floor?
Yeah, why would you help the sexual assaulter? It doesn't. I mean, come on, guys. Women are already too scared of us as it is. Oh,
there it is.
I just got it. She was really attractive. Okay.
Yeah, I just saw a picture of her.
Yeah. So a female freshman college student in California who has 12 years of karate training fought off an attacker wearing a skeleton mask, while two of her male peers rushed out of the window to assist her. Oh, they were assisting her. That makes more sense. Okay, I get it now. Yeah.
I'm glad you came around.
I mean, how sexist of these guys to think that a 12 years of karate training woman needs help. Don't you know a woman's worth, guys?
Yeah.
Let her defend herself.
It's true. All those defense classes.
Yeah, although I will say, whenever every time I've met a woman who has told me that she has 12 years of karate, I kind of go, eh.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's one of the classes where they have the pre-broken boards for them.
Yeah, I just don't. If they were said wrestling, I mean, I'm biased because I was a wrestler.
That's true, yeah. I
So-
know nothing about martial arts.
Yeah, so I'm biased. Karate's got some moves of it that are useful,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of karate that's pretty not as successful as one might think it would be.
Yeah, a lot of just being flowery.
Like judo chops. I don't think I've ever really seen a judo chop work.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And I know it's a bull crap thing, but a chop in general. I've never seen a chop actually be
Like a karate chop.
like a karate chop.
That's true.
I've never seen one in an actual fight work efficiently.
Karate. I don't know.
I've seen it in movies.
I want to be like Ip Man.
A slap.
Yeah, just slap happy.
Yeah. It's not about the martial art. It is about the artist himself.
Yeah.
That's what Ip Man believed.
Exactly.
All right, let's get to it. So he punches me in the face, and I hit the trash can behind me. The victim, who wished to remain anonymous, told Fox 11 of the attack at Chapman University. Good for you, staying anonymous. I would stay anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to be known. So the incident reportedly unfolded on Chapman's campus in Orange as the 18-year-old freshman was FaceTiming her boyfriend at a picnic table outside her dorm on Friday. So I know this is like a terrifying thing for, like, biggest fear is to be sexually assaulted, right?
Yeah, because guys are generally a little bit on the bigger side than females.
Yeah, but I mean, don't discredit. Women are now more obese on average than men, so you guys are trying to one-up us.
We're trying to deadweight you.
Yeah, that's she went boneless. Leave her.
We're not getting her in the van.
There's nothing we could do. Just leave her. But what a defense mechanism. But also, I think it's equally terrifying. Imagine being on the FaceTiming a loved one and then seeing that loved one get attacked.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
knowing that there's nothing you could do except call the cops as fast as possible.
Yeah, but that aspect
then you have
is
to hang
actually
up.
pretty redeeming for it.
What'd you say?
At that aspect's pretty redeeming for it.
But you have to hang up the FaceTime in order to make the phone call.
I would hang up right away and make the phone call.
But then you could be the only witness to this crime. So you would have to, I don't know. It seems like there would be a catch-22 on that one, you know?
Yeah.
And plus, you're not allowed to get your Liam Neeson moment on if you've already hung up the phone.
That's true too, yeah.
I mean,
you can't make threats.
You can't you can't call back. You go.
I don't think threats would. Oh yeah, I guess
wherever
Liam
you
Neeson
are.
did
He threatened him.
over the phone.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
And he pulled it off. And ever since then, I guarantee you lay a line that's badass enough, it'll shake somebody.
Maybe, I don't know.
It'll shake somebody who's cowardly enough to attack a woman. And
Yeah,
not
that's a good
saying,
point.
sorry, I shouldn't say that it's cowardly to attack a 12-year karate specialist. But you know what I mean.
Well, she had her back turned to him, I assume, sitting at a picnic table, so she never saw it coming.
Listen, rule 1 of karate is always expect the unexpected, even whilst FaceTiming.
Gosh, I'm a fool.
Yes. She should have been sitting on a bench in a corner where she could see all of her surroundings coming.
Yeah,
And
constantly moving.
I'm pretty sure in order to get your black belt, you need to be able to sense a butterfly's wings 30 miles out.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, people's innermost chi.
yeah, she should know about this. So, interesting. So anyways, I just think that would be terrifying on 2 points,
Yeah.
right? So the victim is plus as a boyfriend and as a male partner, right?
Mhm.
We have really 2 jobs instinctually put into us, right? One being to provide and the other to be to protect.
Yeah,
And
unless you're the scumbag sneaking up on a girl.
right, but you want to be able to be there, and as you're FaceTiming your boyfriend wherever he may be,
Mm-hmm.
he's going, I wasn't there when she needed me most. That's pretty
Yeah.
brutal. And I'm not saying that this is about the guy. I'm just saying, sucks. Sucks to suck. So the victim is a black belt in karate with 12 years of experience and chased the suspect out of the area. Okay.
Yeah, she did. She did great. Quadruple flip back from him.
Yeah, and didn't realize that she was doing the wheel kick from Mortal Kombat.
Wheel kick into helicopter away. That's how much force she had.
The Liu Kang, how is she defying gravity right now? So she chased it away? All right, good for you. Somehow he got off me and I chased him up the stairs, cursing him out, the victim said. So that doesn't sound like a sexual assault.
No, it does.
It sounds like an assault.
I think.
Oh, he got off me.
Yeah. So I think it's still a sexual assault.
Okay, yeah. If he wasn't on her, I mean, just punching a girl in the face
is a physical assault.
Is just assault.
Yeah, but if he grounded her and then he was just lying on top of her, feeling her up, I'm pretty sure that's a sexual assault.
Maybe he's an 11-year karate expert, and he wanted to get his black belt by...
He's just challenging.
Maybe he was just challenging her.
I don't think so. Because that's pretty despicable to sneak up on someone as a karate person.
Not if you're in the way of the warrior. Mm-mm. Be like Wata, my friend.
You've been watching too much Baki.
That's a good chance of that. Good chance. So at first it reminded me of the movie Scream, because he was wearing the skeleton mask too, right?
Yeah. That'd be horrifying, actually.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're like, why were you wearing that stupid mask when it's like obvious that you could have just been wearing a regular mask that's socially acceptable to wear?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like these villains nowadays, they're like, no, they have to know that I'm a villain. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I can't wear a mask anymore. Everybody's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I have to wear the Scream mask.
I need to be special.
Yeah. So at first it reminded me of this movie Scream, sort of, because the eyes were blacked out, she said, referring to the suspect wearing a skeleton mask during the attack. I couldn't see any eyes. I specifically remember the skeleton part on top and mouth being blacked out, as if he was wearing the full thing and had a mask on too. Oh, so he had double mask. So I never understood that, because I feel like all you would have to do if somebody was wearing a mask that was like a Halloween mask like that.
Yeah, just pull it off.
No, just turn the head. Just go, huh? And now the eye holes don't match up, and this guy can't see what he's doing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point.
It seems like he put himself at a disadvantage by doing this.
Yeah, but nobody thinks it through like you. Now we will.
Yeah, now he will, going further on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a really good idea.
Yeah, if you're ever being attacked by somebody in a Halloween mask, just move their mask slightly up or down.
And get the heck out of there, because if they have to remove the mask to reassess it with the eyes with his eyes, they might not like that you saw their face.
Yeah, or you chase him up the stairs and curse him out while you're doing it.
That's true.
That seems
treat him like a rabid dog. Chase him away while yelling.
Yeah, that seemed...
Yeah!
I guess that's what I would do. I don't know. I just think that's... You just got blasted in the face by this guy. I wouldn't chase him. I would just kind of... I don't know. She's a fighter. I gotta respect her as a fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Someone that's taken karate probably knew that they have more of a fighting mentality. So she's probably always been game.
Yeah, but then again, there's always those, not to disrespect female martial artists out there, because there's a lot of them that could beat my ass.
Okay.
Like 3. But, no, there's a bunch.
I was about to say. You're about to be challenged.
No. I know that, but do I believe it? No. I believe that I could, as a guy, I believe that I could beat up any woman. But I know that if Ronda Rousey was in this room, she would kick my ass.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't think you've met enough physically capable women at that level.
I don't think a lot of people have.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not someone you run into every day.
Right.
So it just wouldn't seem to be a normal thing to expect.
Yeah. See, I believe that I could. I've seen a lot of transgender fighters fighting these females that are much more skilled than them lately. They're the same weight, same height.
That is a good point.
And I've seen these transgender females beat the crap And they probably have...
And I heard their technique's not even that good.
Their technique isn't very good. Like this latest one,
Yeah.
I forget what her name was, but she was an ex Army Ranger, and he transitioned, and then he just got blasted for like an entire round, and then the lady who was a better fighter, got worn out because he just wouldn't. She didn't have enough power to snap his neck back, right?
Yeah.
And so he got rocked like 4 or 5 times. That would have knocked out a normal female, but his thick neck bone and testosterone infused traps kept his neck from being snapped back, and so he couldn't. So I think I could. I'm a red-blooded, testosterone-fueled male. I think I could win just based on that.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
Anyways, this lady probably saw red.
I could beat up a girl, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. I don't know. I think I would be the type to chase someone off.
Yeah, I would be upset with you for doing that too.
Yeah.
I would go, what are you doing? Get away from that person.
Yeah, and I would be less likely than this 12-year karate.
Yeah, this 12-year karate expert would beat you up.
Oh, right. Exactly. Yeah. I have less grounds to stand on. I got soccer.
You're like, I grew up with 4 brothers.
I'd have to make a big threat that I'd just have to try to back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Fake it till I make it.
Because what if you... I don't know. I think she did everything right here. I wouldn't have chased the guy down. I would have gotten the hell out of there. But what a story it would have been if she had caught him, beat the crap out of him, and like brought him back in like a bloody duffel bag.
That would be very impressive. I don't know. You kind of just have to keep him on the run so he can't think straight and gather himself and come back before other people come.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's get back to this. So 2 male students, both freshmen, also rushed to assist their female peer when they heard her screams. Okay, now you're all tough after you scream. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's probably surprising.
Yeah.
So I would scream.
I agree. I would scream as well.
Okay then. No judgments then.
I'm just saying you can't scream and then chase somebody down.
Like you could do it like kamikaze scream.
Like for my country. Oh my God, this lady's insane.
Yeah, I would.
She thinks she's doing this for America. So we heard screaming outside, said Michael Zapotsky. You knew something was wrong. I pushed the... So it was a blood-curdling scream, right? Mm-hmm. So I pushed the screen out of the window, and we both jump out the window and run over towards where the noise is coming from, and there's this girl there, and she's just freaking out, said Joe Hudenpile.
You know this isn't the first time they've gone out that screen.
The biggest bummer to them was to find out that she already had a boyfriend. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Oh my God, what happened?
Here, let me hold you.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend. Could you just call him? Never. I've got class.
Yeah, I don't really have that much minutes on my phone.
Yeah,
I prefer not to use them on you.
Never mind.
I think there's campus security somewhere around here.
Yeah, I'll call it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Like,
ugh.
If you could go find them.
All right. Let's keep going, guys. All right. So a man found asleep in pile of stolen chicken fingers.
How big was the pile?
Enough to sleep on, apparently.
Oh, I imagine if they were frozen, they softened enough in the night.
Yeah. So an Alabama man was caught Breaking Bad with barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. Breaking Bad. So there must have been, if it's a Breaking Bad reference, there must have been some drugs.
Yeah.
Plus, you're not craving that many chicken fingers unless you're high on something.
I want to say that's just a weed thing, though. I think most drugs make it so they're not hungry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matthew Williams, I just haven't experienced all the drugs out there.
No, I haven't either. I'm going purely off of TV and true crime series where they're just like, and then they were super skinny.
Yeah, that's right, Melissa's mom. We have not tried all the drugs. So Matthew Williamson, 37, was found sleeping in the press box of a sports complex surrounded by piles of stolen chicken fingers, chips, candy, and meth, cops said.
Ah, see, told you.
So it's a meth thing, huh? Maybe meth just makes you want to steal things. See, told you.
Yeah.
I go, what?
No, I guess I didn't.
So the outlaw snooze fest took place last week at Pleasant Grove's athletic complex with snacks stolen from a concession stand just days after Williamson had walked out of jail on another crime, police said in a statement. I mean, how else are you supposed to celebrate freedom?
I don't know. It's kind of jippy. That's why he gets. That's why he gets taken back in, just because he stole from a concession stand.
Yeah, I know. He's going to be embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly.
He should, I don't know, maybe try to sober up, because that was definitely Meth's idea.
That's true.
That is your best friend Meth's fault. So Williamson had been arrested the first time on September 17th, charged with breaking and entering a vehicle and stealing property, but he made bond and walked out of Jefferson County Jail, Pleasant Grove Police Department said on Facebook. So then less than 2 hours after leaving jail, Williamson stole a car in Hueytown and hid in Pleasant Grove, the statement said. Wow, just hours. Who knew that we weren't doing anything for these guys? So on September 22nd, someone stole a trove of snacks after breaking into the athletic complex's concession stand. Williamson was caught catching some shut-eye with the stolen goods and drugs next morning. Well, you had a brief reprieve,
Exactly.
I guess. It was like he, what's that thing where Amish people go on, get away from the farm for a little bit and experience the real world?
Yeah, like when they turned 16.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. They got a fancy name for it.
Yeah, but it's like that. And he's ready to come home now.
Yeah.
It turns out he can't handle the real world.
Yeah, for some regular criminals, they feel more comfortable in prison.
Yeah. So Williamson admitted the burglaries and car theft and was transported back to Jefferson County Jail on Friday, the day after his nap was interrupted. He goes, I had a bad dream that I was outside of jail for a second. Whew, glad that's over.
Hey guys, you miss me?
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see what we got left. I've got 2 stories left for you guys.
Wow.
A whole 2.
Wow.
So a receptionist is crushed by car driven off the second floor of Brazilian showroom by worker with no driving license.
Oh gosh, yeah. Saw this video.
Yeah, brutal.
It's not a good crash.
So a teenage receptionist was crushed and seriously injured by a car driven off the second floor of a Brazilian showroom. Dramatic CCTV footage is shown. Yeah, you guys need to look that up. It's pretty
Yeah, it's a pretty grandiose showroom, and it's basically the car flips and lands on her upside down.
Yeah, first of all, who thought it would be a good idea to put a car on the second story?
A showroom.
Yeah, that's
showroom.
true. Yeah, but why a Volkswagen? That's where you put all the expensive stuff, right?
Yeah.
You put the expensive... Well, I guess you keep the expensive stuff down at
Yeah, because you don't want to risk it falling off the second floor.
I guess so. That makes sense now. Yeah. So according to authorities, the car was being driven by a contractor who was in charge of cleaning the dealership's car, who turned out to have no driving license. So the car tumbled forward and landed upside down and directly on top of the receptionist, who only had a split second to see what was coming, but no time to get out of the way. That's the worst of it.
Yeah.
Just not being able to do anything about it. Ugh. So the incident took place in a central area of the Brazilian city of Sao Paulo on Monday, 27th September. CCTV footage of the incident shows the unassuming receptionist sitting in the middle of a circular pod of desks situated near the center of the dealership's lobby. So there was no way of getting out because it was a pod, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Circular pod.
It's got one exit and it's towards the back.
Who knew it was a death trap when she went into it? It looked like Ron Swanson's pod, circular desk, that Rob Lowe made him get into during that episode of Office. Mm-hmm. There was no escaping it. So suddenly the bonnet of the white vehicle is shown smashing through a glass banister above, causing the receptionist to look upwards over her shoulder. Man, if only she was a 12-year karate expert.
No, there's nothing that could have saved her from that. She's just taken to the hospital and they're...
What are you ruining stories for?
I was worried everyone would be worried.
You were worried everyone would be worried? Yeah, thank you for being such a saint that you're worrying about other people's worry. Listen, we have them on the edge of their seats. This is why I don't tell you things. You ruin things. You're a ruiner of stories. I mean, as the car flips, whatever, the 19-year-old is shown making a futile attempt to move away from underneath the car. Who cares, because you know the outcome. With crashes down on top of the desk, crushing the receptionist under its boot. Is she dead? No, because Melissa ruined it.
She's in critical condition, though.
I can't believe you made me laugh at that. Somebody could take a clip of this and I sound really evil.
Yeah, you do. I sound like a saint.
Yeah. So the young man who was working for a third-party company was tasked with cleaning the cars at the showroom. I love how they say third-party company. They're like, he didn't work for Volkswagen. He doesn't work for Volkswagen.
We need some extra help. It was a rush order.
Yeah, this 19-year-old's like, God, why didn't I work for Ferrari? This would have been so much better had a Ferrari landed on me.
That's a great job, though, that she had as a receptionist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess Volkswagens, they own Porsche,
yeah.
So they've got some money. I would say I would sue Volkswagen.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
Yeah. So he had returned from a car wash and was parking on the second floor when he lost control of the vehicle and crashed it onto the reception of the mezzanine from a height of 20 feet with the car landing on its roof. The valet was taken to the hospital with a fractured leg, and 2 receptionists were also taken to hospitals. The younger receptionist was so badly injured with several fractures throughout her body that she had been transported to the hospital by helicopter. Thank you, Melissa, for ruining that.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, well, this is I apparently. I'm glad I didn't tell you the whole story. This is what this.
I got flustered. Okay.
Yeah.
I was worrying.
Nobody asked you any questions. You're the type of person that they would just leave in an interrogation room with a pen and paper, and you would admit to everything.
I would. Yeah, just when I get to that point, I just don't think.
I
just spew.
Yeah. I once, when I was in 4th grade, I peed in the bed and I blamed it on the dog, and then we had to put down the dog.
That would be traumatizing.
Yeah. So her older colleague on the other hand was treated for minor injuries. There we go. Very lackluster. But I'm glad it wasn't the final story that Mel got to ruin for you. This is why I withhold things. Now you all know why.
We shall see.
All right. So for the final story of the day, let's end it with a bit of medical drama.
Okay.
Yeah. So COVID-infected man, age 77, develops restless anal syndrome.
That would be a funny commercial. You know, because they have the restless leg syndrome commercials.
It's linked to that.
I assume so.
It's a form of that. Yeah. So an elderly Japanese man developed restless anal syndrome after catching COVID and watching his first anal porn. Huh.
Oh.
No, that's not why.
Oh.
Oh. I don't think this is COVID related at all, Andrew.
I was trying to piece it together in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So after catching COVID in what doctors claim is a world's first. Man, Japan is always doing things faster than everybody else. They're just innovative. The unidentified 77-year-old would be unidentified as well.
Yeah.
77-year-old was admitted to Tokyo Medical University Hospital after testing positive for COVID. Despite his age, he did not require any oxygen during his stay and managed to start breathing normally again 21 days after being admitted. That is a long time, though.
Yeah.
So, however, a problem of another kind emerged several weeks after he was discharged. The man began to suffer deep anal discomfort about 10 centimeters above his perineum, the region between the genitals and the anus. This gave him an essential urge to move, according to medics who treated him. Huh. Yeah, apparently restless leg syndrome and restless whatever just makes you feel like you have to go do something.
I would have said he always felt like he needed to take a shit. That's what I was picturing. But
He also had to do that. That's what it felt like.
that stinks.
But being active usually lessens the desire to, or not your desire, but it alleviates some of the restlessness. When you're out doing things, you're not so restless.
But yeah, you can't do much for that one.
Yeah. So the man began to suffer deep anal... Oh, wait, we already did that. Defecation did nothing to relieve the man's discomfort, wrote Dr. Itaru Nakamura, who detailed the case in BMC Infectious Diseases. But the man noticed that exercise, such as walking, running, or playing motion-based video games, alleviated his symptoms, while taking a rest and staying still made them worse. I mean, there's an argument for motion-based video games. I don't know what a motion-based video game is.
I think it's virtual. One
VR?
or like Wii, where you have to move.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I would if I was the Wii. Is the Wii still a thing?
I don't think so.
Maybe-
because now we have like the Oculus, which is
Yeah.
a virtual reality.
Yeah. So let's put this guy in the virtual reality world.
Yeah.
He'll be the godfather of it all. So he also noticed his symptoms got worse towards the evening. Poor guy. That's when heartbreak is at its hardest as well.
Mm.
The nights are always
A
the
restless
loneliest.
heart syndrome.
Yeah, you're lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there myself, my friend. We'll get through it together.
This isn't a story about you.
Right. I think it's a story about everyone, really. I think we can all relate to this man with restless anal syndrome.
RAS.
Ras.
Ross.
Ross. Yeah, I think this is something that we can all get behind and really see ourselves in this story. I think it has much deeper meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you guys have a peaceful and restful rest of your day. Namaste. And as always,
Stay classy out there, everyone.
there you go.